Nó thành ít. Đây là
Hello everybody, so this year's trip took us to Colombia, Ecuador and Peru. First stop was Medellin, so let's go.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, ey. Pero no hay boda, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metí en un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis.
Not gonna tell you much about the history of Medellin. You can go and watch Narcos, it gives you enough information. But the general safety at the moment, it's really depending on where you're spending your time and how you're behaving while doing that. But yeah, if I would have to choose a city from the place I visited on this trip for living or staying there for a couple of months, this would be it, definitely. They call it the city of eternal spring, so the temperature is pretty fine. And they have a couple of funny perks. For example, the cable cars are part of the public transportation network, so you can get a ride for just cents. What else? Well, if you don't like drugs, stay away from the center. Don't book your accommodation to the center like we accidentally did. Hashtag travel tip. From Medellin we went on a little 2-day trip to climb this big ass rock, which is 220 meters high, and right next to it there is the most colorful town on earth called Guatape.
En la vida conocí ver igual a la flaca, coral negro de La Habana, tremendísima mulata, 100 libras de piel y hueso, 40 kilos de salsa y en la cara 2 soles que sin palabras hablan, que sin palabras hablan. La flaca duerme de día, dice que así el hambre engaña y cuando cae la noche baja a bailar. Una cerveza tras otra, pero ella nunca engorda. Pero ella nunca engorda. Se la llevó, pero la luna sigue ahí. Esa luna es mi condena. Escucho la mañana.
We also did a challenge in Medellin, so we watched a video where one old lady was selling avocados in a street corner, so we tried to use our CSI skills to track her down and also buy from her. And we managed, actually, yeah.
Aguacate. Caricias que me brindo el primer día y enloquezco de ganas de dormir a su ladito. Oh, a mí me tiene loquito.
Next up, we went towards the coast, so we flew into Santa Marta. And we got to a place called Minca, which is a jungle town, and people do day hikes from there. A lot of waterfalls. So what we did one day, we woke up really early and we went on a roughly 25-kilometer hike, which led us through several waterfall areas and very thick jungle. And on the way back we got one of the heaviest rainfalls that I've probably ever witnessed. So there's not much video footage about that, but we had a good time, yeah. And there's exactly one half of this good-looking couple is really fond of birds also. So we woke up one morning at 4 and we went bird watching. But to be fair, I think we saw more birds on our individual hike the day before. For $10 we got to see how the best coffee in the world is made, and of course we got to taste it, and in all honesty this was the strongest coffee I have ever tasted in my life. See on vist äkki püütanud võiks olla selle kohta. Kes see on? Keskendne korraks katki, vaata pea lähedalt. Mingi siuke 10 senti eemal. Ai, see on kõht arvatavasti ikka, jah. Upapa. From Minca we jumped on a local chicken bus for 2 hours and got to a sleepy little town called Palomino, right by the Caribbean Sea. And as it was off season, there weren't too many people there, the waves weren't as big, which was a good thing for us. It was super nice and warm. Good weather in the mornings, bad weather in the afternoons.
No se da ni cuenta.
Kas Tiiu-järves on ka flamingod muidu või? Asking for a friend.
Pero siempre fue así con estos meses secas, siempre fueron 3 meses secas o...
Sí, puede durar 3 meses o 4 meses.
We did a day trip to a place called Camarones to see the flamingos. Yeah, and we got to see them also. Really nice and relaxing trip.
Me sonrojo, que ella es el motivo que a mi amor despierta, que ella es mi delirio y no se da cuenta.
The only thing separating this very shallow lagoon from the ocean was a tiny strip of sand, So when the water levels are higher, the ocean water gets in, which means the lagoon water turns a bit saltier. And for 3-4 months a year it's completely dry. This means there are no flamingos or any other birds there either.
Igual que una estrella, tan lejos en la inmensidad, que no espero nunca poderla alcanzar. Los cálidos besos que no me ha pedido, que en mis noches.
Joki tuleb. Läheb tšuh. Aga siis tuleb ookean. Ja seal on konflikt.
La he gozado, que ha sido mía sin haberla amado, que es su alma fría la que me atormenta, que ve que me muero y no se da cuenta. Esta cobarde.
La boa. Ella mira.
Oh no! Wow!
No espero nunca poderla alcanzar. Esta cobardía de mi amor por ella hace que la vea igual que a una estrella, tan lejos en la inmensidad, que no espero nunca poder.
We had our share of rainfall also in Palomino. The worst thunderstorm came on the last day, and usually power outage comes with that also. But the local businesses seem to be kind of used to it, so the business keeps going, but just under a romantic candlelight at times.
No cualquiera se me acerca, yo lo sé. Dicen que hay que tener agallas para comerme, que hay que tener el cuerpo para aguantarme.
From Palomino we wanted to get back to Santa Marta to catch a plane to the capital. But even getting to Santa Marta wasn't that easy that time because there were some roadblocks, there were some protests. So at some point we were kicked off the bus. We found ourselves some nice motor taxis, and yeah, we stormed past all the stopped traffic. And in the airport it turned out that our tickets had been cancelled, so it wasn't the prettiest day. In the capital we're doing mainly touristy things, just going to the cafes, eating a lot of cakes. And we also hiked a mountain called Montserrat, which was 3,150 meters high. So we needed to gain 500 meters of elevation to get there. As it was Sunday, it was really busy because there's a church on top and the locals are really religious people.
Coca ja marijuana tõesti või?
And of course we had to try the local Colombian game called tejo, which is like cornhole but with gunpowder. kõrgus 4070 meetrit üle merepinna. Seal on Quito ja seal on maailma või kõrgem, selle kohta öeldakse, teleferico, köisraudtee. Ja sinna otsa tahaks minna. Õhk on juba otsas tegelikult. Seal parem keegi kiigub. Nice. Ei oota, 4696 meetrit pilves. Ja ma ei ole siin üksi. Hello! Hello! Nüüd hakkab see põhimõll peale. Lõunaaeg on läbi, ilm läks pilve. Ja hakkab see allapoole scramble. Loodame, et vihma ei tule. Kaugelt lõpp paistab. Samas on ka äike ja müristab. Nii et aja küsimus praegu. Ai, kus kõrge pinge säriseb siin udu sees. Ai, noh. The next place I really wanted to visit was the adventure capital of Ecuador called Banos. So yeah, it's the same word that you see when you're looking for a toilet. First off, we went rappelling down some waterfalls. The other thing that had developed there over the years, kind of naturally, was a thing called Ruta de las Cascadas. Basically, you rent bicycles from Banos and then you go ride your bikes downhill for 25 kilometers. And on your route, you have 11 different waterfalls. Some you can just look at, but some you can jump in also. So yeah, great stuff. So you might have a fair question now, how do we get back to Banos from there? Usually there's a service that small trucks come and pick you up, you and your bicycles, and take you back. But that was a national holiday and also my birthday, so everybody was drunk on that day, nobody could drive. So our solution was that we flagged down a passing bus. And yeah, we got on with our bicycles, somehow crammed ourselves in this crowded bus. And yeah, for 2 hours we were stuck there, but we got back to Banos.
llama del amor que fuerte porque si me rodeas, como se adora a Dios, con ese gran amor solo te quiero yo. Porque si me rodillas, como se adora a Dios, con ese gran amor solo te quiero yo.
Siin on siis uks salabaari. Joh, ei viia surra murra. Meie pidu sai just läbi. Tänavatel lihtsalt väike uks siia kuskile vahele ja 2 poissi, kes valvavad ja võtavad mingit pappi. Aga sees on täiesti tavaline klubi. Maps me ütleb, et siin on baar. Bar Chutan. Kinni on vist.
Extraño más que nunca y no sé qué hacer. Despierto y te recuerdo al amanecer. Me espera otro día por vivir sin ti. El espejo no miente, me veo tan diferente.
Nii viimane uhke hotellituba, lausa 3 voodi kanti. Telekas mängib, külmik on ja just käisin hea kuuma duši all ka ära. Delfiiniduš. Ja kliima puhub külma, praegu on suht jahe tunne isegi. Aga see tunne tuleb nüüd meelde jätta, sest järgmised 4 päevased jahedust küll tunda ei saa, nii et 35 kraadi ja ämbriga dušid ja nii et vaata, mis saab.
So what's going on here? The idea was to get to Iquitos in Peru. Those who haven't heard anything about that, it's the largest city on the planet which is inaccessible by road. Only boats and airplanes. Usually people go straight from Peru or even from Colombia, but I wanted to make a shortcut. I wanted to get there from Ecuador. On the map I can clearly see there are 2 huge rivers, Napo and Amazon, connecting my dots, so it must be possible. The difference between the dots, though, it's around 800 kilometers, and information about the boats, accommodation, there's just 1 blog post, a couple who had done it in 2017. And of course, after an hour, we were already out there pushing the boat because our teenage captains didn't know where the shallow areas were and where deep areas were.
Siempre tan igual. El ritmo de la vida me parece mal.
Kell on 11 õhtul ja visi lappab täiega. Sooja on mingisugune 30 kraadi. Ventikas ajab nõusalt sooja õhku ringi. Kõik kukaratšad ja sellised kirbusurused sääsed, mis siin toas ringi jooksid, tapsin ära. Aga täiega tahaks selle akna lahti võtta. See dilemma tuleb ära lahendada. Kliima jah on nurgas, aga ega see ju ei tööta.
So I did as much planning as possible. I knew the blog post by heart, but the whole thing depended on one boat in the middle section that apparently leaves once a week. When? Well, there are no schedules out there, but the blog says Friday. So I planned the whole trip around that particular Friday.
nii, jõudsin kohta nimega Pantoja. Siin on selline community hosteli tüüpi asi. 5 jauki on öö. Voolu pole. Vett ei ole. Siin on lahti kirjutust. Kuna jah, vool on kadunud, siis on veega tuuga, et kella 6 vist tuleb tagasi. Sipelgad söövad siin liblikat.
Hay mentiras en los labios, hay mentiras en la piel. Qué dolor. Hay mentiras, hay amantes que por instantes de placer ponen su vida.
Hotellituur. Elektrisüsteem on uuendatud eelmisel aastal. Aga paraku see ei tähenda, et elektri töötuks. Võib-olla varsti. Voodi on vist olemas. Vett ei ole, aga ämber on täiesti. Dušš on ka. Aga selle ämbrisüsteemi peavad välja mõtlema, kus sellega vett tuua ja kuidas käib. Ja vaat, 5 jälle öö.
Just before Napo River connects with the Amazon River, it does some weird twists and bends. So what people do here is they get off the boats and they cross the peninsula on motorcycles or taxis just to save 2 hours or so.
Por instantes de placer ponen su vida a temblar.
Hay doctrinas y oradores, dictadores sin piedad, que gobiernan sin verdad. Y hay mentiras.
And as I mentioned before, there are no roads leading to this town. So seeing a car on the street, it's extremely rare. You mainly see those tricycles, which are basically taxis, or those weird bus-like things, which I find kind of cute actually. Sihukeste paatiga tullakse siis Peru poole pealt 2 või 3 päeva. Et seal saab üleval on võrkkiged, mingid vennad juba lebatuvad seal. Peal on lihtsalt kirjad, et kuhu läheb, millal väljub, päevaks on pandud täna. Siin ka täna. Ja nii ta on, valikut on siin. Ilus sadamaala, puhas, korral. Mingi vend sööb küpsist. Iquitos itself, as a city, it's similar to other places which are by the big river, so a lot of trash, a lot of garbage everywhere. But you also get to see those so-called stick houses. They have to be like that because depending on the season, the water level might differ 4 or 5 meters easily.
Toda mi verdad, te vi, me viste al principio como luego la verdad se asoma, intercambiamos sonrisas. Tú te conto con mi bota. Fue más sencillo que hacer la tabla del 1 y a la hora del desayuno ya sabía que te amaba. A las semanas de iniciar con la aventura se nos hizo miel la luna y un concierto pa' Tijuana.
Belém is a neighborhood with a huge market, which doesn't have the best reputation. It's known to be a little bit illegal because people in the area, not everybody, but a lot of people don't believe in normal medicine. So they're selling jaguar paws, snake skins. I saw a guy sitting in the middle of the streets selling a liquid which was supposed to heal every possible problem that I could have. Like I'm talking about back pains, migraines, heartache.
Ganas de iniciar con la aventura se nos hizo miel la luna y un concierto pa' Tijuana. Era prohibido, era imposible, pero hicimos lo que se nos dio la gana. Yeah.
Next up was this beautiful Peruvian mountain town sitting at 3,400 meters above sea level, and which is also on everybody's bucket list, called Cusco. But in reality, nobody really comes here for Cusco itself. Everybody goes to see Machu Picchu or just the mountains. I don't really care too much about the old buildings, so I went to the mountains straight away. But as I'm not doing really good with altitude, I never have. So a lot of water, a lot of painkillers, a lot of soroche pills, and also a fair amount of coca leaves and coca candy, which really helps, yeah.
Si antes te hubiera conocido, seguramente estarías bailando hasta conmigo, no como amigos, sino como.
I tried to get some shots from the window while we were driving to our locations, Rainbow Mountain and Humantai Lagoon. I can't really wrap my head around what it's like driving here when it's the rainy season. The roads are mainly for 1.5 cars, and yeah, no barriers, no anything. Insane.
Con estas ganas que tengo yo, me atrevo a comérmelo todo. Hoy estás jangueando con ella, pero después tal vez no. ¿Qué hubiera sido si antes te hubiera conocido? Seguramente estarías bailando hasta conmigo, no como amigos. Ey, ¿qué hubiera sido? Ay, si antes te hubiera.
For all those hikes, we had to leave Cusco really early in the morning. It made sense because it was a fair drive, but it also made sense in a way that the only decent weather is in the morning. In the afternoon, you have no guarantees. Usually the clouds are coming in. Very often you had a thunderstorm. It was the same in Colombia, in Ecuador, in Peru. Quechua people are really into their Pachamama or Mother Earth culture or religion, whatever you want to call it. So when in Canada you would see a lake like that, you would just jump in. Here you're not even allowed to touch it because it's so sacred, so holy for them.
Ser como yo, no está tan rica así como yo. Ella es tímida y yo no con estas ganas que tengo yo. Me atrevo a comérmelo todo. Hoy estás jangueando con ella, pero después tal vez no. Yo hubiera sido. Ey, ¿cómo? Seguramente estarías bailando hasta conmigo. No como amigos, no, no, no.
And as my flight back to Europe was departing from Colombia again, from Bogota, so I had to spend one more night there, and every trip must end with a good party.
Hoy pagué las cuentas, arreglé un poco el jardín, decoré con flores como te gustaba a ti. De comer chatarra ya dejé y de ver la tele hasta dormir.
Deja el cigarrillo, ya no me sabe el café. Como a mí me gusta, solo a ti te queda bien. Ya la bicicleta la arreglé y por ti empecé a estudiar francés.
Traerá tu amor la primavera y una vida nueva que aprender. Nada volverá a ser como ayer. Cuando nos volvamos a encontrar, no dejaré de contemplar la madrugada. No habrá más llanto regado sobre tu almohada. No habrá mañana que no te quiera.
Cuando nos volvamos a encontrar, ya no habrá tiempo para triste despedida. No habrá un instante que no adore tu vida. No habrá una tarde que no te pase a buscar. Cuando nos volvamos a encontrar. ¡Ay, hombre! Solo fui un malcriado que rompió tu corazón. Tus buenos consejos ahora son mi religión.
Las malas palabras me olvidé. ¿Cómo voy a yoga? Ya no tengo estrés.
Y traerá tu amor la primavera y una vida nueva.